back to Storytime. I hope that you have been enjoying our fun little adventure through the calendar. Today, the special day that we are going to talk about actually has already happened. So on Sunday, March 20th, so just a couple of days ago, it was World Poetry Day. Now poetry is a special kind of writing, but within poetry, you can have many different forms, which is actually really, really cool. You've got things like haikus, you've got poems that rhyme, you have concrete poems that actually look like the picture. All the words are put into the picture. There's a really fun activity called blackout poetry, where you take a passage of some book or special play or something, and you black out certain words, and then you just read the words that you leave open. And yeah, so there's just so many creative ways to talk about poetry. So I have picked a few to share with you today, and then we are going to do a really fun little song and dance about spring, because spring is here. Might not always feel like it in South Dakota, but the middle of March is the beginning of spring. So we are looking for it. We are hoping that it's coming quickly. So before we get started with our fun today, let's make sure that we are all settled in and ready to listen to some stories, okay? So ready? Everybody, arms straight up in the air. And wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle this way. Wiggle that way. Shake and make a funny sound. You guys always look so funny when you do that. Ready? Open, shut them, open, shut them. Give a little clap. Good job. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Put them in your lap. Okay, we're almost ready. Do you guys remember what we need to say? Yeah, ready? I am great. I am smart. I am strong. I am loved. And today is a wonderful day. It is, isn't it? It is a wonderful day to get to spend some time with you, my friends, reading through some poetry books. Now, poetry, like I said, can come in many different forms. So this first book I'm going to read to you is called Big is Big and Little is Little. And it's a book about contrasts. It's not 100% a poem, but it's pretty close. It's by Patrick Lewis and illustrated by Bob Barner. The illustrations in this book are really, really cool, I think. Look at these beautiful pictures. Okay, I'm going to pull my camera forward a little bit so that you guys can see all these wonderful pictures. Okay, let me make sure I get it in a good spot here. Aren't these illustrations just really cool? I like these pictures. So big is big and little, little, if you are somewhere in the middle. That's you right there in the middle. Short is short and tall is tall, if that means anything at all. Ooh, fat is fat and thin is thin. Some curve out and some curve in. Sweet is sweet and mean is mean. And now I know which way I lean. Which way do you guys go? Sweet or mean? Young is young and old is old. Pink and blue or silver and gold. Cool is cool and hot is hot, depending on the spot you've got. Back is back and front is front, if you ask the elephant. Slow is slow, and fast is fast. Something just went whizzing past. Long is long, and short is short, says the latest nose report. He has a very long nose, doesn't he? This is very short. Ours is kind of in between, isn't it? Mad is mad, and sad is sad if you disobey your dad. A cry's a cry, a laugh's a laugh. I prefer the second half. Me too. Bald is bald, and hairy's hairy, shiny, smooth, or very, very. Down is down, and up is up, from the standpoint of a pup. Day is day, and night is night. One is dark, and one is light. Earth is earth, and sky is sky. One's to walk on, one's to fly. Hello, hello. Goodbye, goodbye. And did you guys notice those rhyming sounds in that book? That is what helped to make it a poem. So when things rhyme, they have the same ending sound. So mad and dad and sad, those all were rhyming sounds. So when you put those at the end of your sentence, it makes your sentences rhyme, right? That's one kind of way that we can make poetry. All right, so before I read you the next poems, let's stretch our bodies a little bit. And you guys did a really great job listening to that one. It's a little bit of a different kind of book, isn't it? All right, so ready? I would like your arms straight up in the air, stretch as high as you can go. See if you can touch your ceiling. If you want to stand up, you sure can. All right, now stretch to the side. Good job, really pull that top arm over, okay? And the other side, fantastic. All the way over. Good job. Now arms straight out with your palms up. Turn your head this way. Good job. And that way. Nice. All right, pull your arms in. Give yourself a big squeeze. You guys are doing such a great job this morning. All right, so for our next book, it is called Truckery Rhymes, and it's a Trucktown book, if you guys know anything about Trucktown, right? We've got all these little different kinds of trucks and things like that. So what they have done is they have taken some very famous poems and rhymes, and they have turned them, they've changed them a little bit to relate to their trucks, right? So I picked a few that I would like to read to you. If I read you the whole book, it would take a really long time. But I picked some, and I feel like you may recognize the original poem that this was from. We're going to see if we can play a guessing game, okay? For John, I don't really know how to say his last name. Sheska, I think. His Trucktown Truckery Rhymes. All right, I'm going to pull my camera in closer again so you can see these beautiful pictures that they have made. This one's called Rockabye Mixer. What do you guys think? You already have an idea of what rhyme we're going to say? Rockabye mixer at the site top. When the wind blows, the building will rock. When the beams break, the mixer will fall. And down will come Melvin, bricks, beams, and all. Did you guys recognize that one? Rockabye baby, right? Rockabye baby in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come baby, cradle and all. All right, let's see if you guys can guess this one. It's called Patty Cake. Patty cake, Dumper Dan. Dump me some dirt as fast as you can. Slide it and drop it and mark it with DD and pile it in the lot for Melvin and me. What do you guys think that one was? All right, patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Roll it and pat it and mark it with a B and put it in the oven for baby and me. All right, this next one is called This Little Truck. Let's see if you guys can get this one. You ready? This little truck worried about the market. This little truck worried about home. This little truck worried about stop signs. This little truck worried about mud, sharp stones, those icky bugs that get squished in your grill, and pretty much everything else in the world. And this worried truck honked, eek, 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 all the way home. That is a funny one. All right, are you ready? This little piggy went to market, right? This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. This little piggy had none. And this little piggy cried, wee, 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 all the way home. I bet you guys know that one. All right, last one. Are we ready? Hickory dickory dock. I bet you know this one, right? Hickory dickory dock. Max raced up the block. The clock struck 1. The race was done. Hickory dickory dock. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1. The mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock. Did you guys recognize any of those rhymes? I bet you did. All right, that's just another example of some poetry and some rhyming. Okay, our next thing that we're gonna do is we are gonna dance to a little spring song because our next set of poems is gonna be about spring, right? Because that's the season that we are just getting ready to start, right? We're done with winter, we're moving into spring. Sometimes in South Dakota, that doesn't always look like we think it's going to look, but we are hopeful. Spring gives us hope that there's warmer weather on the way, right? Okay, I am going to stand up really quickly and make sure that you guys can see me when I stand up. If I stand all the way back here. Okay, you guys can see me. I am going to do our song now, and you guys are gonna have to help me, okay? Are you ready? Okay, turn it way up. All right, are you ready? This is the learning station. They do such
Spring
great
is
songs.
here on the CD Seasonal
Spring
Songs
is
in
here.
Motion
Can you
by
hear
the
it?
Learning Station.
Okay, are you ready?
Spring is here, how do you think I know? I just saw a bluebird, that is how I know. Spring is here, how do you think we know? We just saw a bluebird, that is how we know. Do the bird
Can you
walk?
walk?
And stretch your thing to
Good
the bird
job.
walk.
Flap your wings.
Flap your wings to the
Good
bird
job.
walk. Do anything and look around for another sign of
Can you
spring.
look? What are we gonna see?
Spring is here. How do you think I know? I just saw a bee, and that is
bee?
how I know. Spring is here. How do you think we know? We just saw a bee, and that is how we know. To the bee walk. Stretch your thing to the bee walk.
Flap your wings.
Flap your
Oh, they have little wings, don't they?
to the bee walk. Do anything and look around for another sign of spring. Spring is here. How do you think I know? I just saw a ladybug. That is how I know. Spring is here. How do you think we know? We just saw a ladybug. That is how we know.
Can you
Do the
walk?
ladybug walk. Stretch your
Good
thing.
job.
Do the ladybug walk.
Flap your wings.
Flap
They
your
have little wings too, don't they?
Do the ladybug walk.
Flap your wings.
Do anything.
Look for more signs.
Around for another sign of spring.
What are we gonna gonna
Spring
find?
is here, spring is here. How do you think I know? I just saw a butterfly, that is how I know. Spring is here, spring is here. How do you think we know? We just saw a butterfly, that is how we know. Do the butterfly
Here,
walk? Stretch your fangs. Do the butterfly walk?
Flap your wings
Flap
like a
your
butterfly.
wings. Do the butterfly walk? Do anything and look around.
What else are we
for
gonna
another
see?
sign of spring. Spring is here, spring is here. How do you think I know? I just saw a frog, and that is how I know. Spring is here, spring is here. How do you think we know? We just saw a frog, and that is how we know. Do
You
the
what?
frog jump
Jump!
and strut your wings? Do the frog
Jump like a frog!
Bada bing, do the frog jump? Do anything and look around for another sign of
good
spring. Wait,
Oh,
there's
no.
some mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes!
Frogs.
Get your
tongues
tongues
out,
ready.
Here we go.
Catch all those mosquitoes, froggies!
Tongues out. There's another one. Tongues out.
Oh my goodness, you guys are so silly. So silly. What silly little frogs. Did you guys have fun looking for all those spring things? Spring is Miss Kinsey's favorite season. I absolutely love it. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, everything starts to grow and it's so green and pretty and brown. Because a lot of times it's very wet and muddy, isn't it? But that's fun too. All right, so here at the library, we have this book called Julie Andrews' Treasury for All Seasons, and it's poems and songs to celebrate the whole year. Look how big this book is, guys. So many pages, right? So all the poems were selected by Julie Andrews and Emma Walton Hamilton. And then there's paintings in here by Marjorie Priceman. Now these poems were all written by many, many different people, and they chose them to include them in this book. So I'm going to read you 2 poems today about spring, and I'm going to tell you who they are by and everything. So here, this poem is just called Spring, and it's by Carla Kaskin. Okay, I'm going to pull my camera in a little bit so you can see these beautiful paintings that they have made. So this is the painting that goes with the poem that we're going to read over here. And this painting goes with this poem over here that we're not going to read today. This one's called Spring. I'm shouting. I'm singing. I'm swinging through trees. I'm winging sky high with the buzzing black bees. I'm the sun. I'm the moon. I'm the dew on the rose. I'm a rabbit whose habit is twitching his nose. I'm lively. I'm lovely. I'm kicking my heels. I'm crying, come dance to the freshwater eels. I'm racing through meadows without any coat. I'm gambling lamb. I'm a light leaping goat. I'm a bud. I'm a bloom. I'm a dove on the wing. I am running on rooftops and welcoming spring. Those are all some of my favorite things about spring. Running around outside, no coats. Oh, it's just wonderful. Okay, I have one more that I'm going to read to you. This one's called Now That Spring Is Here, and it's by Barbara Juster Esbensen. 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 Look at this beautiful painting. Can you tell what these are? It's a little girl's legs on roller skates. Do you see the skates here? And a little boy or girl, we don't know for sure, on a skateboard, right? All right, now that spring is here, here we go. Lift your winter face, your bare arms up to the sun. Tune your ears to the sound of branches exploding their green fire. Roller skates chatter from block to block in the warm wind. The streets are noisy and wide again. Dark tar whispers under the wheels. After supper, the sky will be light. In the morning, every tree will be tied with the ribbons of melody, a bright embroidery of birdsong to hang from our windows. And that poem sounded a little bit different from the other ones that we have been reading, right? The other ones that we have read have rhymed. That poem did not rhyme, but if you notice, it did follow a pattern, right? So it sounded the same as the verse before there are very technical terms for that Miss Kinsey cannot pull to the front of her brain right now. But that's what I mean when I say that there are all different kinds of poetry and they don't have to rhyme, but they do have to follow a pattern, right? So thank you guys so much for joining me for our poetry adventure today. I'm going to show you the craft that I have prepared for you. It is a fun spring craft. So it is a little chick here, a little bird, and he hatches from his egg. You see here? He hatches. So in your craft kit, you will have received, where'd my little thing go? You will get a paper plate here that looks like this. You guys can color it brown. That is the color a nest usually is. But this is your bird and your nest, so you color it the way you want. You will also receive an egg and a bird and some googly eyes, okay, and a little beak. So you guys will color your bird whatever color you want, put his little googly eyes on, color your egg whatever color you want, and then you're gonna cut right along these lines. So practice, do as best you can, right? And you're gonna cut the top off the egg. Then you're gonna glue the top of the egg onto your bird's head, right? And then you're gonna glue your bird onto your stick. You're gonna glue the rest of the egg onto your nest. And with the little slit that I have provided for you, you'll stick your stick through, and that is how your bird hatches and goes back down. All right, if you have any questions or need any help with that, you can sure call the library, stop in, or I'll try to remember to post the link to the Pinterest site where I got this idea, so you guys can take a look at that too if you have any questions. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.